be ready for the fastball. You're going to see a few of them during your at-bat.
All right, just about ready for baseball. Jarren Duran now at the plate. And we're underway here in the home opener. Drilled in the air out towards right center. And there's one down. Here's Trevor Story now.
Not giving him a pitch to hit there isn't a bad thing. He's dealing with a great first pitch hitter up there.
Ohtani, he has a reputation, I don't know, maybe a knack for working himself out of tough situations that he finds himself in. You know, you like that in a relief pitcher, but when you have it for a starting pitcher, a guy that can get out of a tight spot, that is pretty valuable. 2 down.
And you won't see the skipper rush to get somebody up in the bullpen as soon as he starts to see some signs of trouble. This guy's earned a longer leash, and because of that, confidence grows with the players and teammates playing behind him, that when things get a little rough out there, they know he'll find his way through it.
Swings and blasts one deep to left center. This one could be trouble. Around first, heading for 2. He's there. It's a 2-out double. So, runner at second, 2 down. Brent Rooker up next for the Red Sox. Swing and a miss, strike 1. How much of the ability to do that in a tight spot is the mental approach?
I think it's very much being able to have a laser-like focus, slow every.
And that'll do it. Back here at Dodger Stadium. And towing the slab for the Boston Red Sox in this one, Ranger Suarez. How about a report on him, Chris?
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
Ball 1.
Laced into left. That's a base hit. And a man aboard.
Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
Slice the other way. That's a base hit. Lead runner touches second, headed for third. And they're at the corners with nobody out.
2 consecutive base hits for these guys here. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Here's a 1-1. That one missed.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
Line drive, base hit. Run scores easily, and it's 1-0.
That's 3 singles in a row. Pitch was on the outside. Didn't go the other way with it, but still a nice job of using the big part of the field to find a hole. No way he hits it that well if he hooks around the baseball there.
Inside, ball 2.
It's great to get on the board in the first frame of the ball game, but here's an opportunity for them to really open things up with a couple of runners on. Let's see if they can cash in.
Swing and a ground ball. Oh, look at the stop. The feed for 1. A sensational double play. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Geraldo Perdomo. The switch hitter batting right.
Hey. Nope, that's down.
And that one is downstairs. And that's ball 2.
They've got him working a little harder in this first frame than he anticipated.
And that one is in for a strike. Good pitch. That misses. Full count now. Hit softly on the ground left side. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. We move ahead to the top of the second now. So stepping in for Boston, Wilyer Abreu. And that is downstairs. And that is ball one. Swing, and that one's hammered. Deep drive. Way back there. A solo shot. Wilson Contreras now up to the plate. This one in the air, center field. Pages on the move. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. One pitch and one out. Now the left fielder, Roman Anthony.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front. So off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
On the ground to the left. The throw to first, 2 away. Marcelo Meyer, the next to hit. And first offering is fouled off. 2 down, nobody on. Ripped in the air, left field, and a touchdown for a base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Ball, that's in.
Just missed.
He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike, but so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last 2 pitches that he's thrown.
And that's the 3rd out. Back here at Chavez Ravine, ready to go for the last half of the inning. Cody Bellinger steps to the plate for the Dodgers. That one's in there. 0-1. Hit in the air out to center field. Story settles underneath it, and there's 1 down. Next to the dish is Freddie. Playing in the World Series north of the border was certainly special for Freddie Freeman. His dad, Fred, hails from Windsor, Ontario. His mom, Rosemary, from Toronto. Here's Shohei Ohtani. And a swing and a miss. Tied up here in the early going. Next offering in the dirt. Now 1-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
Well, this is a good time to step out of the box, take a deep breath, reset. A couple of change-ups. Probably won't see another one here.
Goes down looking for the... Back here in L.A. Now here's the Red Sox leadoff hitter, Jarren Duran.
Nope, outside.
On the ground, right side. Freeman takes it to the bag. Leadoff hitter gone in the 3rd. Here's Trevor Story.
The guy at the plate could recognize slider out of the hand. Didn't stay in the tunnel very long in terms of depth and perception. He knew right away it was an off-speed pitch.
That one misses. Ball 3. And that's outside of this ball 4, and he's on base. Nick Kurtz up next for the Red Sox. Slapped hard the other way, but foul. Man at first, 1 away. That one ripped, but foul. In the dirt. In the dirt. That's
Nope.
inside.
That's inside.
And it's 3-2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. Got him swinging. Throw to second and great jump.
And that's a head-scratching at bat, walking back to the dugout. But you got to give credit to the pitcher, working his way.
Now this ball is well hit. This one's got a chance. And it's off the wall. In comes the run from second. They take the lead. It's 2-1.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. When you connect and it jumps off your bat like that, you're thinking double at the very least. Put a great swing on it, and man, he wasn't fooled at all.
Abreu in the box now as he looks at ball one. Second plate appearance of the day for him. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. And that is that. Back here at Dodger Stadium as we go to the last of the third. Kyle Tucker steps to the plate for the Dodgers.
Hey!
Strike 2. To the right side, and that chance handled. Tosses to first. One gone, bottom of the third inning. Back to the top of the Dodgers order. Andy Pages will hit next. And a foul ball. Here comes the 0-1. Swing and a miss, and he got him to chase. Pitch in the dirt. Ball 1. And foul ball. Here's a 1-2. Out to short. Story sends it over to first. And 2 straight set down to begin the bottom of the third. Here's Mookie Betts now.
Ball, that's out.
Two down, nobody on. Got him looking for the catch. On to the fourth, and now it's the catcher for the Red Sox, Wilson Contreras. Check swing called strike. Strike 1. Contreras in his 10th season, 33 years old, and they went out and made a trade for him last season. Leadoff hitter retired in the fourth.
Good arm side run and sink on that pitch right there. Got inside on him and got him to bounce into that out.
Anthony in the box here and fouls it off for strike 1. The 0-1. He swings and fouls one off. Here's the 0-2. Little bouncer out in front of the plate. Throws to first. 2 quick outs here in the top of the fourth. 2 outs, base is empty. And next for the Red Sox, Marcelo Meyer. This one in the air, center field. Pages should have this one. Brings it in. And that is back here at Chavez Ravine. Ready to go. Bottom 4. Will Smith steps to the plate for the Dodgers.
Hey!
He's been pitching well, but we'll see what kind of adjustment the hitters make this second time through the order. We'll know if he's got really good stuff in this one or not.
Bottom of the zone and a called strike. Fights it off. You'll see another. The 1-2. Good job to fight that one off. And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout. Here's a switch hitter, Tommy Edman. Gets to it with a slide. over to first. And very nicely done for the out. So up next, Geraldo Perdomo. That one lifted to left. And that'll do it. New inning getting started. So stepping in for Boston, Ceddanne Rafaela. Ohtani back to work. And there's a base hit. So now back to the top of the order. So the Red Sox lineup turns over. And now the center fielder, Jarren Duran.
Ball, that's out.
This is one of those situations defensively where you can't try to do too much. You got to make sure that you field the ball cleanly and get one out first.
It's going to Betts to first, and he beats it. Everyone's safe. Dangerous hitter at the plate in Trevor Story. He's 0 for 1. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. They won't test it here. Bases loaded, no outs. And stepping in for Boston, Nick Kurtz. Up the middle. Oh, great stop. There's one. They get the out, but the run scores on the twin killing. Big at bat for Brent Rooker now.
RBI knock for him last time. Now a chance to drive in another run.
This to center field. Base hit. In comes the run from third to add on. It's an RBI single, and they take a 3-run lead. Wilyer Abreu getting ready to hit. And a foul ball. Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. And that is that. Back here in L.A., we head to the bottom of the 5th. Cody Bellinger steps to the plate for the Dodgers.
Inside, ball 1.
That clips the zone. Strike 1.
Nope.
Right through there for a strike. And that one is lifted in the air. Anthony has a beat on it. And there's one away. Freddie Freeman will come up to hit. Grounded out his first time up. Oh, great stop. Fires to first. Nicely done for the out. Shohei Ohtani up to the dish. Struck out looking his first time.
Ball, that's just out.
Two down, nobody on. Last half of inning number 5. Swings and misses. 1 and 2. Got him. Out number 3. All set for the top of the 6th. And now it's the catcher for the Red Sox, Wilson Contreras.
Ball 1.
The 1-1. Nice grab. Throw to first, and he gets it.
Out.
Nicely done. Roman Anthony digs in now. And there's 2 away.
Not fooled at all right there. He was clearly all over it, but sometimes you hit it too hard and right at someone. You're looking for one of those bloop hits to get a knock sometimes.
Out towards left center. Bellinger on his way over. And that is that. Back here at Dodger Stadium, bottom of the inning, Kyle Tucker steps to the plate for the Dodgers. That one fouled off.
That's outside.
Pitch is in there. And now 2-2. Goes down looking.
Up next for the Dodgers.
Back to the top. Order. Here's the center fielder, Andy Pages. Singled back to the first and scored their only run. He's 1 for 2. In the air, right field, Abreu. On the move, pulls it down, and he makes the catch. Mookie digs in here, 1 for 2. In the air, left field, Anthony giving chase. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. And the inning is over. We go to the top of the 7th. So stepping in for Boston, Ceddanne Rafaela. In the air, right side. And there's one down. So back to the top of the order. Digging in, Jaron.
Now pitching for the Dodgers, number 51, Alex Vesia.
Hit hard on the ground is short. And 2 away to start the 7th. 2 down, bases empty. Trevor Story up next for the Red Sox.
Yep, that ball went out.
The 1-2.
Ball, that's inside.
Just
Ball, that's
misses the
outside.
mark outside the zone. Ground ball, Freddie Freeman. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Back here at Chavez Ravine, bottom of the 7th, Will Smith steps to the plate for the Dodgers.
Ball.
And
Ball,
the
that's
slider
outside.
just misses. Just
Nope,
off the
outside.
outside edge. Ball 3. And there's the automatic.
Pitching has been pretty dominant in this one, but you got to be careful. Not working with too big a lead. They could get right back in this ball game if you're not careful.
That one
Ball
misses.
4. Take the
So
bait.
leadoff walk. Tommy Ed. The play. Dave Roberts. To his bench for a new bat. Max Muncy. A runner at first for him, nobody out. The left-hander on now. Angel Serpa. Puts a bunt down.
That
And
ball
it
foul.
goes just foul.
Now, these guys definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could.
Nice grab as he reached down to make the play. One out man at first. Geraldo Perdomo, the next to hit.
Inside, ball 1.
Last 2
that's
pitches have been
inside.
down in the zone. Pitcher clearly trying to get that ground ball double play. But in this count, you're going to have to get
Hey.
in, elevate his pitches, and get back into this at bat.
Next
Ball,
pitch is
that misses out.
outside. Ball 3. Smith leads off first with 1 away. Here's the swing and a line drive and a base hit into right field. Into third now. So runners at the corners and 1 out. Big spot, and Cody Bellinger stepping to the dish. First pitch swinging,
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
And that's off the inside edge. And it's 2-1. Next pitch is outside. And that'll load the bases.
Good patience to take that walk and keep the line moving. And it sets up
So they turn to their closer, Aroldis Chapman.
Well, no margin for error in terms of throwing strikes with the bases loaded. Just has to execute one pitch at a time to try to get out of this.
Freeman in the box now, takes strike one. That's down and in. On the ground, could be two. Over to Story for one, and that's quick work out of the pen. One batter, 2 outs, inning over. We go to the 8th. So stepping in for Boston, Nick Kurtz.
Ball down.
And that's in there at the knees for a strike. That one ripped right center field. Carrying well. Adios. Peralta. A solo shot. And they add on. It's 5-1. At the plate, Brent Rooker. And there's a rocket into the outfield.
Clearly seeing the ball very well in this one. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
Knee high, that's in for a strike.
He's getting a little frustrated out there on the mound, getting hit around a little bit. Let's see if he can settle himself down.
Makes the catch, one down.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
Contreras in the box here lets that one go for a ball. Hit on the ground, might be 2. To Betts at second for 1. On to Freeman, double play, inning over. Back here in L.A., ready for the bottom of the 8th. Shohei Ohtani steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Shortened a bunt and missed it, 0-1.
Running that good fastball up on the hitter's inside. If nothing else, it keeps him from diving out over the plate to get those arms extended on the pitch away.
Popped up, and that's a foul ball. The 1-2. Got him swinging. The high heat, too much on that one. Here's Kyle Tucker. Left field. And that'll get down for a hit. And he'll reach second with 1 away. 1 out. Runner at second. Andy Pages now at the plate. On the ground to third. Safe at first as they can't make the play.
Well, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. And maybe they've got something going here, trying to get back into this one.
Betts in the box, lays off for ball 1.
Pretty rare location right there, right down the middle. This guy paints the edges. Not sure if you're going to see that pitch again as a hitter.
Swing and a miss at 100 miles an hour. Got him swinging. It's a strikeout. The batter now will be Will Smith.
That's a really good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
Strike 2, and there's a real chance they get out of this without allowing a run.
Just missed with a good breaking ball in, looking for that hitter to chase and perhaps get some weak contact or a swing and miss. Good job on both sides.
2 on, 2 outs. On the ground to third. Meyer to first.
No, he's out.
And that is the all set to start the ninth in this one. So stepping in for Boston, Roman Anthony. That one lined to the left field, and that's a base hit. And a good start to the inning. Now Marcelo looks like a pinch hitter. Red Sox, Romy Gonzalez. A runner at first for him, nobody out. Durbin at the plate now, and that's strike one. On the ground, and that's just foul. On the ground to the left, and foul ball. The 0-2.
Ball inside.
Anthony on at first, nobody out.
That's ball 2.
Just
Ball,
misses.
that's
And that's ball 3. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth. Rafaela, the next to hit, takes ball 1.
Well, that's really the money spot, down and away. If you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for hitters to square that up. That's what you love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
Tucker settles under this one, takes it in for the out. Back to the top of the order now. Now back. Jarren Duran. High fly ball, right field. And that is that. We head to the bottom of the ninth. Now it's the Dodger cleanup hitter, Max Muncy. Gets under it and pops it up. And a foul ball. The 0-1. This one popped up. Contreras under it, and he's got it. Geraldo Perdomo getting ready to hit. 1 for 3. And that one hammered. Could be extra bases. Now he'll turn for second. In safely. It's a double and his second hit.
Oh, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. Kind of a risky pitch coming inside with the breaking ball like that. You have to bury it. Otherwise, it's not too difficult to get the bat to it like he did that time.
He makes the grab. Runner tags at second. He gets there safe at third as he moves up with 2 gone. So they're down to their final out. And next for L.A., Freddie Freeman. Foul ball there.
Ball 1.
They're down to their final strike. This one in the air, center field. Duran.